Welcome back, guys. Andrew Delich Podcast, episode number 50. So this episode, guys, I'm going to be alone. So you guys know how much I love Ronaldinho Gaúcho. He's one of the GOATs. I mean, there's no debating it. For me, he's top 3 of all time. So this episode is going to be a tribute to Ronaldinho Gaúcho. So for the intro, I'm going to start off easily. I'm going to talk about him a little bit. So his full name, Ronaldo de Assis Moreira. Born 21st of March, 1980. He's 44. Place of birth, Porto Alegre, Brazil. His height is 6 foot. And for people who know, he was an attacking midfielder and a left winger. So I just want to say, guys, because I get a lot of backlash for saying that Ronaldinho is top 3 of all time easily, if not the greatest player of all time. Now let me explain before you guys get all sentimental. In his peak, as purely as a footballer, in his peak, he was the best player of all time and the most complete player of all time. Now, since he didn't accomplish a lot, which is true, his career wasn't the longest, his longevity wasn't as good as Messi or Ronaldo or whoever. But at the end of the day, if you take him at his prime, he's the greatest player of all time. Now listen, is he better than Messi and Maradona? He's as the same as them or a bit better than them in his prime because he's the most complete player of all time. And he doesn't lack a single thing when it comes to football. He doesn't lack anything. First of all, Messi, guys, I'm the biggest Messi fanboy there is. But I can say that there's some things that lack in his game. Let's say he's 5'7", right? He's a bit short for the game, but it's better to be shorter than too tall. But still, if he was a bit taller, that would be perfect. Ronaldinho, though, he's 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot, which is perfect for football. He's not too tall. And he's not too short. Messi, let's say he's not the best with his weak foot. Ronaldinho had a perfect weak foot. I mean, guys, Ronaldinho is just a complete football player. He's the most complete player of all time. And also on top of that, if I can add, he's the biggest magician of all time, the biggest skiller. Let's say Neymar, crazy skills, right? One of the greatest killers the game has ever seen. Ronaldinho is better than him at skills. He's better. So imagine this, guys. Ronaldinho, he's the most complete. Now, he had a pro career that lasted 17 years from 1998 to 2015. So now we're gonna talk about his stats for FC Barcelona. He started at, as you guys know, he started at Grêmio. So his career started in 1998. So he was at Grêmio from 1998 to 2001. He had 26 appearances, 8 goals, 3 assists. Not bad, but it was the beginning of his career. Then after that, he went to PSG. And guys, I hear all my friends, they say, Ronaldinho was only good when he was at Barca, at Grêmio, at PSG, and at AC Milan. They say he wasn't good. He was sensational. At AC Milan or even at PSG, he was really good. But hey, we're going to watch the highlights later. You guys will see. So like I was saying, then he went to PSG at 2001. From 2001 to 2003, he was there for 77 appearances. And when I'm talking right now, there's no friendlies. It's all competition games. Then in 77 games, he had 25 goals and 19 assists, which is, again, he's not a goal scorer. He's a playmaker, but still very good. And then his career went to Barcelona. He was there from 2003 to 2008, which in Barcelona, that was his prime, right? His peak. He had 207 appearances, 94 goals, and 71 assists. Again, this is without friendlies, so that's very good. Again, if you look, 94 goals for 207 games, it's not the most. It's like 50%. But still, for a creative player like him, it's sensational. 71 assists. He was more of an assist maker. Because if you look, 71 assists and 94 goals, that's very close. He was an amazing assist maker. And then, so 2003, 2008, as we all know, his prime, his peak was 2004, 2005, 2006. Those 3 years was his prime and his peak. So after that, he went to AC Milan from 2008 to 2011. And like I was saying, guys, they like to bash on his career at AC Milan, but his career at AC Milan was sensational. He was really good. For people who really watched him play at AC Milan, the way he played, the way he finished, whatever, if you really watched even just his highlights. If you were too young to watch him play, just watch his highlights at AC Milan only. He was still on top of his game and one of the best players in the world. So at AC Milan, he had a career that lasted 4 years, from 2008 to 2011. He had 95 appearances, 26 goals, and 29 assists, which, again, now we're only talking stats. He's not a stat maker, guys. I know Ronaldo fans, you guys love stats, and stats are the only thing you guys talk about, but this is sensational still. Maybe not sensational when it comes to stats. Now let's keep it real, but it's really good for a creative player. And then from 2011 to 2012, he went at Flamengo, which he had 49 appearances, in which he had 20 goals and 15 assists. And then he went to Club Atlético Mineiro from 2012 to 2014, where he had 85 appearances, 28 goals, and 30 assists. Not bad actually. Then he went from 2014-2015 to Querétaro FC, where he had 29 appearances, 8 goals, 8 assists. Now he was getting slow. I'm not going to lie. He was getting slower, less good. I'm going to keep it real. And then he ended his career in 2015 with Fluminense Football Club, where he had 9 appearances. Then there, guys, he was old. He wasn't at the top of his game, but still, it's Ronaldinho. So that was for his club career stats. This was only appearances, goals, and assists, which he's not an assist. He's not a stat maker like Cristiano Ronaldo. He's a purely football player, creative player. And then, so for the international, he had a total of 97 appearances with 33 goals and 29 assists. Now, I know that for Brazil, the top scorer of all time is Neymar. And I want to talk about that just a little bit. It's a Ronaldinho tribute, but hey, I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Neymar, to be the top scorer for Brazil national team while playing, I'm not sure how many games, but having the short career he also had, that's sensational. He's the top scorer at Brazil. That's crazy from Neymar. So now with the Olympic Games, Ronaldinho, he had 10 appearances, 3 goals, 1 assist. So far, guys, I mean, like I said, Ronaldinho, I mean, when I say I put him top 3 of all time as purely a football player, is because in my mind, I put Messi first. Firstly, maybe because I saw him play a little bit more. I put Maradona second and Ronaldinho third. That's what I used to say. But actually, those 3, Ronaldinho, Maradona, and Ronaldinho, Maradona, Messi, and Ronaldinho, those 3 are the 3 greatest players of all time. And actually, when it comes to only as a purely football player, I couldn't say who's first, who's second, and who's third. Because, I mean, they're the 3 greatest players of all time. They're so good. And out of those 3, maybe Ronaldinho is the greatest of all time when it's purely as a football player. He didn't lack anything, a single thing. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later also. And for the individual trophies he won. So he won twice Best FIFA Men's Player, 2004 and 2005. And also for people who don't know, at that time, it wasn't FIFA Ballon d'Or. Also now it changed, but when Messi and Ronaldo arrived 2008, 2009, FIFA and Ballon d'Or, they merged together to create the FIFA Ballon d'Or, which then added coaches and captains of the international teams, and you added reporters on the Ballon d'Or side. They would vote, and then they would give the FIFA Ballon d'Or. Now it's only FIFA and Ballon d'Or, 2 separate things. But also before 2008, 2009, there was also FIFA and Ballon d'Or. And at that time, winning FIFA Men's Player was better than winning a Ballon d'Or. And he won it twice, 2004, 2005. He won once the Ballon d'Or in 2005. Of course, when he was playing for Barca, like I said, that was his peak. When he was at Barca, man, it was just sensational. I know that he's the second player in history to get a standing ovation at the Santiago Bernabeu by Real Madrid fans. The first was Maradona. The fans stood up and applauded for Maradona. And the second player was Ronaldinho. He got a standing ovation at the Bernabeu by the Real Madrid fans. That's how crazy of a performance he put on when Barca in 2005, when they won against Real Madrid 4-2, and he scored 2 amazing goals. And on top of that, he also won once the UEFA Best Player in Europe in 2006 while he was playing with Barcelona. So now for the team trophies that he won 1 World Cup with Brazil in 2002. As you guys know, that was the last time that Brazil won a World Cup, which means kind of crazy because if you think about it, That was 22 years ago. The last time Brazil won a World Cup was in 2002. All the players they had, I mean, it's the greatest footballing nation of all time, Brazil, right? There's no debating it. It's by far the greatest footballing nation of all time. And the last time they won a World Cup was in 2002. 22 years ago. So you had 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022. There's been 5 World Cups that Brazil have not won. Brazil, that's a problem. With those players, with those talent, you guys should be winning every third World Cup. You guys should be winning at the minimum, at the least. Every third World Cup, you guys should be winning. But Brazil, you guys have all the talent in the world, all the skills, everything. But what you guys lack is discipline. And that's what Ronaldinho lacked. That's why he hasn't accomplished as much as he could have. Because, guys, when you think about it, he only has 1 Ballon d'Or and 2 FIFA best players. Only 1 and 2. And he only won 1 Champions League, 1 World Cup. If Ronaldinho had the determination, the persistence, and the work ethic that Cristiano Ronaldo has, Ronaldinho would have at the minimum 10 Ballon d'Ors easy. If Ronaldinho had Cristiano Ronaldo's work ethic, guys, it would be crazy. He would have like 10, 15 Ballon d'Ors easy. Just imagine with that skill and with Ronaldo's work ethic. Like I can admit, I hate on Ronaldo a lot, but his work ethic, his discipline is the greatest discipline and work ethic that football has ever seen. And it's like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. It's one of the greatest in the sports history. It's crazy. But Ronaldinho really, like I'm saying, when it comes to purely as a football player, he's one of the greatest of all time. Probably the greatest of all time for purely as a footballer. But his work ethic was shit. My guy was partying every night. He wasn't working out. He was missing practices. He loved to drink alcohol. He loved women. I mean, guy, we all love women and drink and partying, whatever. But you got to be professional. Ronaldo, he doesn't do any of that. That's why his longevity is crazy. But Ronaldinho, if he had Ronaldo's longevity and if he had Ronaldo's discipline and work ethic, it would just be crazy, man. It would be out of this world. It would be never before seen. Even if he had, if he had only Messi's discipline, which he doesn't go out, Messi isn't over the top like Ronaldo. He doesn't party, he doesn't drink alcohol, he doesn't miss practices. I think Messi does the minimum. He goes to practice, he makes sure his diet is balanced. He doesn't have the best diet. As you guys know, in 2012, he was lacking with pizza and ice cream, whatever. But, in general, he had like a balanced lifestyle, Lionel Messi, when it comes to football. And at the end, he never partied, so he never missed practices and whatever. If Ronaldinho had only, like Messi, balanced, even then he would have like 15 Ballon d'Ors, 10, 15 easily. He would dominate the game. He would have like 2, 3 World Cups. It would be, Jesus Christ, man. Maybe thank God that he didn't have Ronaldo's work ethic, because it would just be crazy if he did. It wouldn't be fair, man. It would be things never seen before. So now we're going to talk about team trophies that he won. He won, like I said, 1 World Cup with Brazil in 2002. He won a Copa America with Brazil in 1998 and 1999. That was also the debut of his international career. He won 1 Champions League with Barca in 2005-2006. He won 2 Spanish championships with Barca in 2004 and 2004-2005 and 2005-2006. He was once Italian champion with AC Milan 2010-2011. He won once the Copa Libertadores winner with Club Atlético Mineiro in 2012-2013. Even then, when he left AC Milan to go to Club Atlético Mineiro, he was still very good, because people only think that he was good at Barca. Come on, guys, he was good all around. He won once the Confederations Cup with Brazil in 2005 in his prime. And he won once the Recopa Sudamericana winner with Club Atlético Mineiro again. So, guys, everything I just stated, everything that he won, that's a lot. If you guys think about it, actually, he won a World Cup, a Champions League, Ballon d'Or, 2 FIFA best players. But still, for Ronaldinho, that's crazy underachievements. And I feel like Brazilians underachieve Ronaldinho, Ronaldo Fenomeno. Now, listen, Ronaldo Fenomeno, injuries fucked him over more than anything, but still, he wasn't the most disciplined. He still liked to party. He still like to go out with women, whatever. And Neymar is the same. Neymar, his talent is sensational, but it's the Brazilian lifestyle, man. That's like it's their Achilles. I don't know how we say it. Achilles, fucking. That's their weak point. They have a weak point. It's women, it's alcohol, it's partying. That's what fucks Brazil over. And even with that, they have the most World Cups, which is 5. But if they had, let's say, Germans' discipline and Germans' work ethic, guys, they would have like easily 10 World Cups. Easily. Now they have 5, still the most, but it's just their work ethic isn't the best. And not to get back to Ronaldinho, like I was saying, it's his work ethic, guys. His discipline wasn't there. His work ethic wasn't there. And I mean, thank God, maybe, because if he had that, it would just be crazy. So now we're gonna watch some highlights. I want to start with a young Ronaldinho, and the reason why is because, again, I hear people talk about Ronaldinho. They say he only had 1 or 2 good years, which is 2005, 2006, and 2004. Which, I mean, guys, that's just crazy to say, because when he was at PSG, he was sensational. Now, I know that PSG, they're always debating over who's the greatest PSG player of all time, and it's always the same, right? Neymar, Ronaldinho, Safet Sušić, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I know it's mostly those 4. Maybe now you can add Mbappe. He went when he was, like, he left PSG when he was 24, 25. So, but still you can add him in the talk. So it's those 5. And honestly, guys, I think out of those 5, Ronaldinho is the best. So maybe you can even say that he's the greatest PSG player of all time. If it's not Ronaldinho, I would maybe say Neymar then. And then after Neymar, I'd say maybe Safet Sušić. Shout out Safet Sušić. And then maybe Zlatan and then Mbappe. But yeah, so I want to start with young Ronaldinho highlights when he was at PSG mostly. Oh, and guys, I just want to add, Ronaldinho at free kicks. I mean, I have a picture of him, of his free kick stats. So guys, for the short, not short, he had a long career, but not as long as Messi or Ronaldo. He's still the 4th greatest free kick taker of all time in terms of stats. He has 66 free kick goals, the same amount of goals as Messi has for free kicks. First, of course, is Juninho with 77. I don't think anyone will surpass Juninho. Even though Messi has 66, he's coming at the end of his career. He would still have to score 11 free kick goals to tie Juninho. I don't see it happening. So, of course, Juninho is the greatest free kick taker of all time. There's no debate there. But just the fact that Ronaldinho is 4th is sensational. It's crazy. Like, guys, the thing he was doing at PSG is the same as he was doing in Barca. Just he was younger. Yeah, no, he deserves an episode only for Ronaldinho. He deserves an episode in his name and his tribute to him. He deserves it. Greatest killer of all time. Crazy. So, guys, not only was he the greatest free kick, not the greatest, let's say it's Juninho, but I think he's the 2nd greatest free kick taker of all time. I think after Juninho, I think he's a better free kick taker than Messi. Now, Messi will probably surpass him in stats, but if we look at Messi, took way more free kicks than Ronaldinho. And guys, don't forget, that's coming from a Messi fanboy. I'm a Messi fanboy, like you guys know. But hey, I gotta give props where props is due. Gotta give credit where it's due. Ronaldinho is probably the 2nd greatest free kick taker of all time. And not only that, he invented a free kick method that now all the players are copying, or they're trying to copy it. But now, because as you guys know, when the wall jumps, he shoots below. Fucking genius. But now everyone knows they always get a player to lay down, so you cannot shoot below the wall anymore. But doesn't change the fact that he's the first one to do it, and he's the one who mastered it and who invented it. That's how crazy Ronaldinho was at everything. Laisse-les jouer tout le long. Ouais, laisse-les jouer tout le long. And the thing is that lacks now with Brazilians. I feel like what's lacking right now with Brazilians, before Brazilians, Ronaldo Fenomeno, Rivaldo, Kaká, Ronaldinho, whoever, even Neymar before, I feel like they were way more offensive and way more risk takers than they are now, Brazilians. Like, let's say Rafinha, Neymar, even Vinicius, whoever. I feel like football has changed, and even Brazilians are way more offensive than they were before. Before, these Brazilians, they would take the ball and they would only go forward with it, trying to score, dribble, create something, be creative. But I feel that like now, because the game has changed, it's way less creative, it's way less magic, it's more structured. There's more like a structure to it. It's more systematic, it's more tactical. And that's what football is lacking nowadays. It's the magic that before Ronaldinho would do, or Neymar, Messi, Ronaldo Fenomeno, Kaká. You guys name it. I'm missing a lot of players right now, of course, but so many players, Iniesta, whoever. But I feel like football has changed a lot. And even when the time has come that even Brazilians are way less magic than they were before, then you know it's a serious problem in football. And also, guys, the first time that Ronaldinho first gained media attraction was when he was 13 years old. Similar to Messi. I know when Messi was like 8 years old, they were talking about him in Argentina. You know, there's this crazy little guy who dribbles past everyone and scores like 5 goals a game. Same was for Ronaldinho. When he was 13 years old, he first gained media attraction when his team won 23-0 against another team, and Ronaldinho scored all 23 goals. It was a futsal game, so of course there's more goals in a futsal game than in a full 11v11 grass game. But still, he scored 23 goals in a futsal game in Brazil, which Brazilians are still known to be the kings of football and the kings of futsal. I feel like Ronaldinho, even if he wanted to play futsal, I feel like he would be the greatest futsal player of all time. I'm confident in that. I'm confident. So now I'm going to watch when he was at Barcelona. So guys, like I said, he was sensational when he was young with PSG, and he was sensational when he was with AC Milan, which was after Barca. Don't forget I said sensational, so he was really fucking good. I don't want to hear people talk about him, how he was at AC Milan. He was only good at Barcelona. He was good all around. But at Barcelona, it was truly his peak. 2005, especially 2004, 2005, 2006. We'll never see a player. I'm pretty sure we'll never see a player again like him. Never, ever. And like I said many times, the most complete player of all time. Didn't lack a single thing. And one of the greatest players of all time. And also, Ronaldinho's mentality. Like, I feel like anyone who would be that good would deserve to have a crazy big ego. But I feel like he didn't. I feel like he had more of a balanced ego and humbleness. Like Messi, Ronaldo. You know, Ronaldo is full ego and Messi is full humble. But I feel like he wasn't that ego. Maybe he wasn't also as humble as Messi was. But I feel like he had his ego under control more than like Ronaldo or someone else. Because when Messi arrived at Barcelona, he took Messi under his wing. Like, he had all the rights to say, you know what, who's this little guy? I'm the boss here. He's just a little kid. I don't care about him. I got shit to do. But no, he took Messi under his wing, and he really loved Messi, and he really respected Messi, while being Ronaldinho, the greatest player of all time, as a football player, of course. With accomplishments, he's not the greatest of all time because, again, his longevity wasn't the best. He didn't accomplish enough. 1 World Cup, 1 Champions League, 1 Ballon d'Or. It's not enough. His longevity wasn't there. But if you take his prime, there's no one like him. No one. Not Maradona, not Messi. And guys, please, if I hear someone say that Cristiano Ronaldo is close to Ronaldinho as a football player, solely as a football player, not with accomplishments, whatever, only purely as a football player, it's not even close. It's not even a debate. It's far. It's two different categories, 2 different planets. It's completely different. Now, with accomplishments, of course, only with accomplishments, Ronaldo is one of the greatest of all time, of course. But for purely as a football player, not even close. Ronaldinho and Ronaldo, it's not even close. The no-look pass. He also invented that, right? The no-look pass. That's crazy. The Brazilian flair in him. Like Ronaldinho, I think Ronaldinho is the only player who would juggle the ball mid-game, in the middle of a professional soccer game. He would juggle the ball, dribble past players while juggling the ball in the air and doing it all quickly. Like, he would do it quickly and not lose the ball in a professional game. Now, listen, He scored many bicycle kicks. Ronaldo, he scored one crazy bicycle kick against Juventus. And you guys, Ronaldo fans, talk about it all the time. Ronaldinho scored like 5 better free kick goals than Ronaldo. And we don't talk about it as much because he scored way more than Ronaldo. First touch, crazy. His vision, sensational. I mean, guys, he didn't lack a single thing. It's crazy. I never saw a more complete player than him. Vision, dribbling, shooting, passing, physicality, speed, strength, jumping, heading, weak foot, right foot, left foot, whatever. He had it all. It's crazy. So, guys, for everyone who thinks that Ronaldinho was only good for 2-3 years while he was at Barcelona, please, guys, go watch. At least, you don't have to watch his full games. Like, who has that amount of time in a day? But at least go watch his highlights when he was at AC Milan and at PSG, because they're fucking amazing, man. I don't know if the game is gonna stay like this, which is very systematic and very tactical, but I hope it doesn't, because right now we're missing a Neymar, we're missing a Messi, we're missing a Ronaldinho, we're missing a Ronaldo phenomenal, we're missing that magic which made all of us fall in love with football. Not this systematic stuff. Of course, there's ways of playing, different teams. I'm not saying all teams are systematic or all players are systematic and tactical and lacking that magic. But guys, who now out of all these players has a magic? For me, maybe Lamine Yamal is the closest to it. I would say Lamine Yamal. Cole Palmer also has that magic in him. Foden, now I got a lot of backlash for saying that Foden is amazing. I mean, Foden recently hasn't been playing the best, but he has a magic in him. Not as much as Neymar or Ronaldinho or Messi, whatever. But I just hope that we get that magic back in football, because that's what made all of us fall in love with football. It's that magic. And guys, the way he did the Elastico, he's not the one who invented it. I know there's a Brazilian who did it before. I forgot his name. But he was the best to do it. No one did the Elastico better than Ronaldinho. No one. The way he did it, even if you know he does an Elastico, even if he was to tell you, listen, bro, I'm going to do an Elastico right now, okay? You would still fall for it, because he does it so well. He shifts his entire body when he does the Elastico, that even if he tells you before, bro, listen, I'm actually going to do the Elastico, don't fall for it. You're still going to fall for it. That's how good he would do it. That AC Milan team still had players, right? Ronaldinho, Kaká, Beckham, Pirlo, Gattuso. They had a crazy Nesta. They had a crazy team at that time. So guys, I urge you, please, because I'm telling you, man, I'm not dick riding Ronaldinho right now, because he deserves all this credit. He was crazy good. I mean, guys, I feel like people who say that he's not as good as I think he was is because they haven't really watched Ronaldinho, or they don't actually understand football. Because people who only look at stats, they're going to say, but wait, how can Ronaldinho be one of the greatest of all time when his stats aren't as good as Cristiano Ronaldo, or aren't as good as Sergio Aguero? I'm pretty sure even Aguero has more goals than Ronaldinho. But guys, in football is the sport where stats matter the least. It's how you play as a player. Like, Sergio Ramos has more goals than Andres Iniesta. Are you going to say he's better than Andres Iniesta? Even in his position, Iniesta is better than Ramos. I mean, there's many other midfielders. I'm pretty sure Pogba has more goals than Iniesta. Actually, he does. He has more goals than Iniesta. Iniesta is 10 times better than Paul Pogba. Although Paul Pogba, shout out, he was an amazing player. He's going to come back from whatever happened with... He had problems with not injuries, but steroids. He took like PEDs or something. But still, Iniesta was amazing. Way better than Pogba. And I feel like people who say that putting Ronaldinho top 3, if not top 1, as purely football player, people who think that that's crazy, I think they don't understand football as much as they think they do. And they haven't watched Ronaldinho exactly as they should have. So like I said, in his prime, which was 2004, 2005, 2006, that was his prime. The best he was. There's no one like him. No one. Not Messi, not Maradona. And guys, I said it many times today in this podcast, but I feel like I got to say it again. No one loves Messi and Maradona more than I do. But Ronaldinho just lacked nothing. He was the most complete player of all time. And when I say he lacked nothing, I literally mean he lacked nothing. If you think he lacked something in footballing abilities, please tell me what in the comments. Because the only thing he lacked was discipline and a good work ethic. That was the only thing he was lacking. Discipline and work ethic. Nothing else. He's the most complete player of all time. And on top of that, he's the most creative player of all time. There's not a single player who invented as much as he did for the game. It can be shooting free kicks below the wall, his skills, whatever. No one reinvented the game as much as Ronaldinho. And I know that people like to say that Neymar is one of the greatest killers of all time. I'll give him that, of course. You know how much I love Neymar. But even when it comes to skills, Ronaldinho is above him and the greatest killer of all time. So for dribbling, I mean, guys, he's a 10 out of 10. When it comes to dribbling, Ronaldinho is a 10 out of 10 easy. Skills, 10 out of 10 again. Passing, 10 out of 10. Creativity, 20 out of 10. He was that creative. When it comes to creating plays, dribbling, passing, shooting, finishing, whatever, he was a 20 out of 10 creativity. Vision and IQ, 10 out of 10. First touch, 10 out of 10. Zidane has a master first touch, one of the greatest first touch ever. Ronaldinho has a better first touch than Zidane. He has a better first touch than Messi. He has a better first touch than Maradona. Now for dribbling, I'm not sure. I would maybe even say that his dribbling maybe wasn't better than Messi, but it wasn't worse than Messi's. It was either the same as Messi's or a bit better. But for skills, he had more skills than Messi. I feel like Maradona is like a little bit in between Messi and Ronaldinho, because Messi is very simple. Like when he dribbles, it's very simple. He just catches you on the wrong foot and goes in the other direction. And when he plays a game, it's as simple as possible. Messi always does the smartest thing and always keeps it as simple as he can. Maradona, though, I feel like he complicated a little bit more than Messi. So that's why I feel like Maradona is like a little bit of a mix of Messi and Maradona and of Messi and Ronaldinho. So get back. His shooting, 10 out of 10. Listen, he had a better shot than Messi. Messi has a very strong shot, very precise. He has a very good shot in general, Messi. Very good. But Ronaldinho had it better than him. Maybe because he was taller, so he can shoot stronger and whatever. But so shooting, 10 out of 10. Weak foot, I'm not going to say 10 out of 10. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Just as much as I would give Ronaldo, Cristiano a 9 out of 10. And for weak foot, I wouldn't give Messi a 9 out of 10. I'm going to be objective. I'm going to give him like a 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. He can shoot the ball with his right foot. Of course, he can pass it, whatever. But it's not as good as his left foot when it comes to shooting or passing. But Ronaldinho, when it came to shooting with his left foot, it was as good as with his right foot. And the reason I say it's 9 out of 10, because the only player who truly has a 10 out of 10 weak foot is Ousmane Dembele. My guy, I never saw a guy who can dribble with both feet. I never saw that before in my life. Dembele can take the ball, he can dribble with his left, and he can dribble with his right. Of course, he can shoot as well with his right or with his left or pass the ball, whatever. But to dribble with your weak foot, that's just crazy. Like, I'm still not sure. Like, I know he says he's a lefty, Dembele, but I'm still not sure. Like, I think even he's not sure if he's a lefty or righty. That's how perfect of a weak foot Dembele has. Like, when he takes his corners, if it's on the right hand side, he's gonna take it with his left. If it's on the left hand side, he's gonna take it with his right. I mean, Dembele is the only player on planet Earth who truly has a 10 out of 10 weak foot. I've never seen a player have a weak foot as good as Dembele. He can fucking dribble the ball with his weak foot. Neymar can't do that. Messi can't do that. Ronaldinho can't do that. Maradona can't do that. I never saw that before in my life. What Dembele can do with his weak foot. It's crazy. So then physicality, Ronaldinho has a 9 out of 10. So you see, Messi has a good physique. Like, he's strong on the ball. It's hard to knock him off the ball. It's hard to get him to knock him down to the floor. But Ronaldinho was even stronger because he had the perfect height in football. 5'11", 6 foot. That's perfect for football. Not too short, not too tall. It's just perfect for football. So even his physicality was close to perfection. His speed, now, he wasn't as quick as Mbappe or Kyle Walker or Erling Haaland or Alphonso Davies. Those guys are 10 out of 10. But he was like easily a 9 out of 10. He was faster than Messi. Maybe not faster than Cristiano Ronaldo. Close to him, though. I'm pretty sure he was very close. He was faster than Maradona, than Ronaldo Fenomeno. He was crazy speed. His finishing. Now, listen, maybe he didn't score as much goals as Messi or Ronaldo. But the only reason is because he played deeper than them. And he was more focused on creating plays. So, for finishing, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Because if you were to tell Ronaldinho, you know what, play further up and finish more, he would have as much goals as you need. Maybe he would even be the greatest scorer of all time. That's how complete he was. His heading, I'll give him 9 out of 10. His heading is also better than Messi's. And for free kicks, I'm also going to give him a 10 out of 10. And for penalties, I mean, see, Messi also lacks penalties. Messi, when it comes to penalties, like, I love Messi, but whenever he takes a penalty, I stress a little bit. Because I know, man, I know there's a big chance, not a big chance, but there's a chance it doesn't go in. It's like, I feel like it's 65-35 or 70-30. With Ronaldo, on the other hand, it's more like 90-10. When Cristiano Ronaldo has a penalty, I get fucking pissed because I know he's gonna fucking score that penalty. He's amazing at scoring penalties, Cristiano Ronaldo. But so was Ronaldinho. So that's why when I say that Ronaldinho, he didn't lack a single thing in his play. It was crazy. He was the most complete player of all time. And for purely as a football player, he's like Messi and Maradona, or a bit above them because he's more complete. Now with longevity, Messi tops Ronaldinho and Maradona easily because Messi's longevity is crazy. That's why Messi is the GOAT, because of his longevity. He accomplished more team and individual. He proved himself more times than Ronaldinho or Maradona. But if you take Ronaldinho's prime and Messi's prime, Ronaldinho tops Messi a little bit because he didn't lack anything. The only thing Ronaldinho lacked, his only weakness, was women, alcohol, partying, having fun, like any other Brazilian. Neymar is the same. Neymar doesn't even have one Ballon d'Or, which is fucking ludicrous if you think about it. That talent, those skills, being that good and to not have a single Ballon d'Or is crazy. He didn't win a World Cup. He has one Champions League, only one. Crazy. Same goes for Ronaldo Fenomeno. He got injuries that fucked him up also. So, guys, the only thing that he lacked in his game had nothing to do with on the pitch, but it was off the pitch, which was partying, women, and alcohol. So, guys, that was it for the video, for the tribute to Ronaldinho. Most complete player of all time. Most perfect player of all time. And, guys, I just wish you guys maybe gave Ronaldinho a bit more respect than he deserves, because I feel like he deserves all the respect when it comes to football. And that was it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.